Wow, look at this, amazing.
Still to come, a plea to introduce protection for our centuries-old trees, as research discovers there are hundreds more growing than previously thought. There could be 10 times as many ancient trees in England around since the Middle Ages than are currently known about, according to scientists who say as many as 2 million may be unrecorded. And campaigners are calling for them to be protected, as our Environment and Rural Affairs correspondent Claire Marshall reports.
Here on the Ashton Court estate in Bristol, there are trees that were patiently growing at the time of Richard the Lionheart and the Crusades.
This might be a really good route in, so should we have a look?
We followed Steve Marsh from the Woodland Trust looking for one called the Doomsday Oak.
The jungle to get to it.
But instead, we found a secret.
We're nearly there, behind the stumps. Wow, look at this, amazing.
Almost 700 years old, this hidden tree is nameless and a revelation.
That is a living cathedral, a literal living legend.
What kind of legal protection does this kind of tree have?
So this tree only has protection because the landowner looks after it, in this sense. So it's by proxy. Trees like this don't have any legal status. We think trees like this should have the same heritage status as our ancient buildings. And why wouldn't they? 700 years old or plus.
And today, a University of Nottingham study shows there could be 10 times as many ancient and veteran trees than we thought. Many around London in the historic hunting parks and forests, but also across England from Hereford to Northumberland. But they aren't all loved. Near Peterborough, we filmed the last day of this lone oak, the remains of a wood centuries older than the estate that's risen around it. An insurance company said it was damaging a nearby house. The council decided to fell it.
It's trees like this one that perfectly illustrate the conflict between the very ancient world and the modern, and the difficulty in finding a balance between the two.
Today, the oak finally lost. Any potential threat to a home is gone. But a unique habitat, and for locals, a skyscape of memory and imagination has been taken apart. As biodiversity levels crash, these living beings are a haven. They also cool a heating climate. Perhaps, armed with the new map of old trees, we can help to keep more of them alive. Claire Marshall, BBC News.